The wind howled through the steel jungle of New York. Spider-Man perched on the edge of a skyscraper, scanning the streets below. It was supposed to be a calm night, but his Spidey-sense told a different story. Something was wrong, but what? There was no explosion, no gunfire, no alarms blaring through the city, just an eerie, unnatural silence. It made his skin crawl. Then he saw it. A dark figure, cloaked and moving too smoothly through the alleyways. People walked past it without even looking. No reaction, no fear. It was as if they couldn't see it at all. That's when Spider-Man noticed something even worse behind the figure. People were collapsing, one by one, as if they had just shut down. Their bodies hit the ground soundlessly, and no one around them seemed to notice. It was as if reality itself was being edited, and he was the only one aware of it. Yeah, this is definitely nightmare fuel, he muttered, leaping off the rooftop and swinging toward the alley. He landed softly, just a few feet behind the figure. "Hey, creepy shadow guy," he called out. "You do know that if you keep knocking people out like that, you're gonna have to deal with a very long Yelp review, right?" The figure stopped. The air grew heavy, like the city itself was holding its breath. Slowly, the figure turned, revealing a mask with no mouth, no nose, just two glowing silver eyes. The moment their gaze locked, Spider-Man's mind went blank. His limbs felt heavy, his thoughts fuzzy, like he was sinking into water. His Spidey-sense screamed at him this wasn't a normal villain. This was something else entirely. With sheer willpower, he flipped backward, breaking eye contact and shaking up the fog in his brain. Okay, mental note, do not stare into the creepy ghost man's eyes. He shot a web at the figure, but the strands vanished mid-air, dissolving into nothing. His instincts kicked in. If he couldn't hit it, he needed to outsmart it. The figure suddenly rushed forward, faster than any human should move. Spider-Man barely dodged as it swiped at him, and the moment its hand grazed his suit, he felt a deep, freezing numbness crawl up his arm. He yanked himself away, heart pounding. Right, so, touching is bad, staring is bad. This just keeps getting better and better, he muttered. He needed an edge, something to disrupt whatever reality-warping nonsense this thing was doing. His eyes darted to a nearby neon billboard, buzzing with electricity. That gave him an idea. As the figure lunged again, Spider-Man jumped backward onto the billboard, ripping out a sparking cable with a well-aimed web shot. "Let's see if you like a little shock therapy." He slammed the cable down, and electricity surged through the air, crackling through the alley. The figure twitched violently, its body flickering like a glitching image on a screen. For a split second, Spider-Man saw something behind the mask, a face, human, terrified, trapped. Then, the figure screamed, its body tearing apart into shards of light before disappearing entirely. The air returned to normal, and suddenly, the people on the ground woke up, dazed but alive. Spider-Man took a deep breath, staring at the spot where the figure had vanished. "Okay, that was definitely not normal," he whispered. Whatever that thing was, it wasn't just some tech-powered villain, it was something worse. And he had a sinking feeling it wouldn't be the last time they met. As sirens echoed in the distance, Spider-Man shot out a web and swung into the night, his mind racing. New York had plenty of criminals, but this was something else entirely.